on my back, no sack on my back. You see me coming in a big black Cadillac. Christmas time with a baby, and the snow is falling down. Still rip the girl now, baby. Santa Claus is back in town. Here go on. Got it.
That's close enough.
Somebody
awesome.
said, what did you say, Earl?
I said hot
Somebody say
Almighty.
Almighty. Somebody say hi Almighty. Welcome to the Friday Night Gamble Christmas Ball. Wow. Boy, we doing it up big tonight, Nadine.
I'm sorry I got choked up there for a minute, Matt.
Honey, what happened? You smoking Barefoot Boy Delight again?
It's been a long week.
Oh. Well, if it's been a long week, the one thing you got to do is take a team drink with the audience out there. Yeah. If you're watching, get your favorite Christmas beverage of choice. Ours tends to be our sponsor, Butch Light, who makes us Dandelion Clover Melatonin IPA. Fellas, you ready for 36% alcohol? Cheers to you. Almighty.
Cheers.
Well, dig your feet up. Stay here a while. Pay no mind that the world's on fire. It's Christmas time. We got to put all that aside. It's all going to be good times tonight, Nadine. Chet was supposed to be here co-hosting. What's the deal? Where is he?
He's in the RV. He's out front.
Well,
he's here.
Can you not text him or something? Tell him to
He'll come when he's ready. You know,
yeah, but
Chet. You think he's going to come if I summons him?
I know, but if
you know him.
If you're being the co-host, you're supposed to be up here when the show starts.
Right. So
maybe you could text him or
he's
something.
big into his,
Well, anyway, Chet Hardwood.
Brandon.
Chet Hardwood's going to be here tonight. We got Johnny O and the Jump Out Boys here. I've been trying to get these. They were scheduled a couple months ago. Some things came up. They couldn't make it. But you know what? They stuck to the word and they came back for y'all. So here's my Christmas present to you. My Christmas present to the audience, Nadine, all month long has been a month of hot-ass blues.
Been some good music
To keep the people warm during this cold December, frosty season. It's not too frosty though. It's 70 degrees outside today.
Florida frosty.
Yeah, it's kind of Florida frosty. Fellas, I'm just going to shut my mouth because we got way too much to cover tonight, and well, it's just like they say. So many social engagements, so little time. Johnny and the Jump Out Boys is comprised of my good old friend, Mr. John Olson. We've been playing music together for a pretty long time, even back on the days when I used to rule that street.
Six and Vine and
Finnegan's Way.
Finnegan's.
I was telling my good friend Drew Fausto, I said, I used to rule that little block, Burke Street. What was that? What is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Burke Street? And
Six and Vine, Burke. Well, that was further west.
it was just a corner,
basically.
And so John used to come by all the time and play and everything, come by and sit on gigs and stuff. You know this guy, you've seen his mugshot down at the post office before. No, you haven't. You've seen him many a time on the Friday Night Gamble. It's Mr. Earl Snipes.
It's our old friend.
And Matt, I might add, I think third time's the charm. Do I not qualify for the Chet Hardwood Frequent Flyer Mile program now?
Listen, I'm not in charge of that. As you know, I work for the man too. So we'll just ask him when he comes out. You're his guitar player, though. Johnny. He goes out and moonlights on you every now and again and plays with Chet. Yeah, they got a duo. It's strong too. It's strong.
You get little wings. You get little wings like the astronauts.
A little samba every once in a while.
The man with the plan down here, this guy, I've known him for a long time. My God, they're going back, what, Bob, 2005, 6?
My memory don't go back that far.
I don't, mine's working on not going back that far. The incomparable Mr. Bob Powell, y'all. Give it up and tell him where it's at. Tom,
welcome, Bob.
Your last name is Woods. I was going to say Watts, but I didn't want to mess it. It was the drums that did it. Tom Woods. I've just met Tom recently. So I can't say that we have been in the parking lots of convenience stores, parking lots, trying to figure out if we want to rob them or not. Me and these other three have done that a couple times.
I thought that was
But, that was the old days.
That
That was the old days. Johnny and the Jump Out Boys is, if you haven't figured it out yet, is a band that does nothing but old school Chicago blues. And back in the 90s and the early 2000s, man, that was something that was really a lot of folks were doing. But sadly, and maybe to your advantage, I don't think a lot of folks are doing this stuff anymore.
No, they don't. But I tell you, when you go in, we've been in some places and you see everybody in there and you're like, man, there's no way this is going to go over well. And those are the people that appreciate it and love it the most.
Right, sure.
And that's the biggest thrill, is doing a song from the 50s or something by Lil Walter, Big Walter, or one of those other greats. And you'll see people in their 20s dancing
that's surprising.
to it.
The young people are, they're into it.
And
if you can get them out to it, if you can get them out to it.
That's it.
I think these days a lot of young kids, they think the Black Keys are blues and the White Stripes, and that's about it, or something along those lines. So I guess, John, I'm gonna start with you, because you're Johnny O. And how long have you been playing harmonica?
Probably 22 years or
22.
so. Yeah.
And how'd you get started in it?
When I was little, I used to hear my grandfather play. He'd do the horn sounds and the barnyard sounds and stuff, and I remember that. And I still have his harmonicas. He died when I was young.
Oh, wow.
But I've got two of them. And so time goes by, and I've always loved blues music. And
Sure.
I'd go see B.B. King when I was in school. I'd just buy a ticket by myself and go see him in Greensboro or whatever. And I just always loved that stuff. And I had my son when he was a year old. I bought him a harmonica in Cracker Barrel, and I was like, "Well, I want to learn. I've always loved harmonica, so I started playing it. I just never stopped.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love the way it sounds, the different tones and textures, and then you just get into the wormhole of all the greats and their styles and everything, and
which hey, I'll say, John, I honestly I can't stand harmonica players. I cannot stand them. I'm like Showbud over there. If I hear one, I start barking in my head, Nadine.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
But if you really know how to do the damn thing and play it, I like them.
Yeah.
And
That's
John,
the thing.
it's the thing. And John, I will say one thing. John is a guy that has wood shedded. I know he has. He's obsessed with this stuff, and that's why he sounds so good. Earl, we know your damn story. You've been on here, and we're a featured guest, so I'm going to kind of skip over you and just tell the folks.
Don't skip Earl.
Well,
Tell us something new
I
and
was
exciting, Earl.
let me finish,
I
Nadine.
might be wanting to hear what Earl's got
I
to
didn't
say.
get to crack my joke.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Tom didn't even get to do
All
the.
right.
I was gonna say, we already know, Earl, that back in the early '70s, you took Max Drake and corrupted him and turned him into a complete degenerate.
Absolutely.
It was all your fault. Tell me something.
Absolutely. Abe Reed,
all
it was
of
just
them.
all those
All of
boys.
them.
Yeah, I was a child of the '60s. I started getting into music a lot when the Beatles came out, and that kind of propelled me on into high school, middle school when I went to Statesville, and I met Max. Max played the trombone. I played the trumpet. We played Richard Nixon's first inaugural parade, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Little known fact, fun fact.
Little known fact. Did you know that I can write songs better than the Beatles' "Let It Be" album, Earl?
I have heard that. I've seen it in writing, so it's got to be true.
Tell us something new, Earl.
But anyway,
what's going on lately? Anything?
Golly, I broke the ukulele out the other day. I'm trying to see if these guys might want to do some.
Hey, that'd be cool.
Ukulele Bob or
He shakes
whoever
his
that
head.
old blues guy was.
Yeah. Do barbecue Bob.
I've got the one song I know is
Hey, you might throw your audience for a loop. That's always good to throw them a curveball.
Yeah, I know
Well,
a
that'd
couple
be
of
cool.
Robert Johnson tunes on that ukulele that are bad, man.
You're like hellhounds on my trail.
And it will
on ukulele.
it will fit better maybe on the fourth go around.
That
That
is serious.
that would fit up here really well. So I'll bring that next time. Yeah.
Well, let's do a song, fellas, and I'm going to hit on the other
Fantastic.
two members of the band when we come back. But I know the folks would probably want to hear a little bit of this music we got going here, or that y'all got going here. So
We can do one that was recorded in 1961 by Billy Boy Arnold.
oh, that's my guy.
All right.
I heard you do an Otis Rush song that I always love up at Sweet Old Bill's before that.
Yeah.
And you know, those guys, they take the same kind of template of one song and somebody else might do the same kind of
Sure.
thing. And that's what happened with this one, I think.
Sure. I think you
I could be
copied
wrong.
All You Love on this
Yeah,
one.
yep.
It's kind of like those guys in Chicago. You know, here's the thing. I think these guys were both guilty of that. It's like if somebody had something out that sounded really cool, like Elmore James had Dust, you know, the Dust. Everybody tried to do the same thing, and the producers or the record companies, if they had something like Dust My Broom or something, they just make them record Dust My Broom like 20 times over with different lyrics.
Yeah.
That's how hits were back in the day, Nadine. They didn't have what you know. They didn't have like a different. They just well record that again or change the lyrics.
Hey,
up,
I got a
you
great
know.
idea.
You know.
Yeah, just switch the
So
lyrics around.
that's the other thing that's fascinating about music is the history. But anyways, this is one I hit on after I heard you do that one. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh man, we're gonna try to do that. So anyway, it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Well, I've been gone so long from my happy home. I left my little wife and child. They are all alone. Keep on waiting, pretty baby. I'm on my way back home. Now, baby, if you need me, please let me know. I won't stop running till I get in that door. Keep on waiting, pretty baby. I'm on my way back home. Well, I feel so good way down inside. My love for you will never die. Keep on waiting, pretty baby. I'm on my way back home. Play some, girl, play some. Yeah. Play, man, play, play. No more drinking and gambling, staying out all night long. I know my place is there with you in our happy home. Keep on waiting, pretty baby. I'm on my way back home. Now, baby, if you please, believe in me. I'm begging you, baby. I'm down on my knees. Keep on waiting, pretty baby. I'm on my way back home. I'm begging you, baby. I'm begging you, baby. I'm crawling on my knees. I'm begging you, baby. Please wait for me. I'm begging you, baby. there in TV land, if you don't know who Billy Boy Arnold is, look him up. That's what I always tell people, look him up. You will be blown away.
So, John, you just got extra credit for saying TV land. I appreciate that. 'Cause it feels like to me this is TV
A little
land.
duck comes down from the ceiling.
TV land. It's TV land. Yes, there are producers.
Man.
Over here we got Mr. Bob Powell. I have known Bob Goodness for a long time.
Okay.
My goodness, man. You know, Bob, you take great. You're not only a great bass player, but you're also a great photographer too.
Thank you.
I mean, you guy takes really good photographs. And I'll tell you how you know if somebody takes musical photographs of bands and stuff. How you know if they're a good photographer is if they can take a picture of a drummer, Nadine.
Ha. It's hard. They're always hiding in the dark behind their cymbals.
Or they got their
and,
sticks or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but
Yeah.
this guy can do it. He can do it. And he's a fantastic bass player. Bob, you've always been into the blues, I know. As long as I've been around playing in North Carolina, you've always been in the blues scene. But how did you start playing bass?
Well, I started back in high school. We had bands
wow.
playing like rock, British rock, free and stuff like that.
Sure.
You know, and then I fell in with this crowd of people that were in the next town from me, guys that were totally into the blues. They were immersed,
Okay.
and we
I did
became
not
real
know any
good
of this.
friends. And they turned me on all the old stuff. And then, they were very much into Chicago. They had a Chicago blues band. One of the guys who played guitar for them went on to Chicago. His name was Mike Gibb. He became Sun Seals' guitar.
Oh,
Had
yeah.
a long run with Sun
Yeah,
Seals, and then went on a solo career.
Sure.
He was local cat.
And we've had two of your sons on who also play music.
That's something. They started both out as drummers, which was
They both started out as drummers.
they did. And we bought them drum sets, and very quickly found that there was nowhere in the house you could kind of get away with it. When they were practicing, we were right along with them,
And
It just
and
goes to the
they're in a band
walls.
called Royal Jelly.
Good times.
Royal Jelly.
And managed by Chet.
Also managed by Shiloh.
Also managed. Yeah, we're like managed.
He's one of their early acts. I
Yeah, he
believe.
really is.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling, Chet's, he's big on the blues thing. That speaks to him, and being that he's already, got in with your sons, I wouldn't be surprised, Nadine, if he brings his, what do you call it? What would you call it? His contract out tonight. If he brings some contracts,
He might ask you to sign right
might
here.
ask you-
Oh,
I mean,
He
depends on how far you fellas want to take
he
this.
wasn't shy about it, as I recall.
No.
He's.
I mean, I know that your sons are leading like a whole new lifestyle.
But they quit their jobs, right at the top. That was the promise. And,
Heard Bob's going to buy a yacht.
They're living to
Heard Bob's buying a yacht. Is that true? Don't say it.
a land yacht. I think it might be a land yacht.
Tom Woods, you are a fantastic drummer, and
Thank you.
yeah, and
We call him Mr. Hairdo.
Mr. Hairdo. Well, I will let you call him Mr. Hairdo. I am going. Listen, don't tell Chet that, okay? Please don't tell
No,
Chet
no,
that
no.
when he
We
comes out.
want to keep him in a happy
Although he's
mood.
probably watching this down out there in his RV, so
I don't
I'm
call
sure
him
he's
that. He
seen
can
all
reach me.
this, right, Nadine?
Oh.
We're going to get a Christmas tree when we.
Oh, y'all are going to get a Christmas
Yeah, we're
tree.
driving out.
What are you
tonight.
getting Chet this year for Christmas?
What do you get Chet?
I mean,
for
really, that's
Christmas?
why I asked. He told me that he's got something tonight, fellas, that's like it's over the top. I don't know what it is, but hopefully he'll show up. But Tom, I didn't see you play until I saw Johnny O and the Jump Out Boys, and it's taken me this long. Me and Nadine and Chet went up and saw you guys at Sweet Old Bill's.
That's right.
And
That's a
I-
good scene there.
Yeah, a fantastic scene. Hey, listen, that place is great for live music. Sweet Old Bill's, folks. If you're in High Point,
Great food.
And he appreciates.
Bill Hurd
he
appreciates
people, yeah.
music and
Yeah.
has a great, fantastic atmosphere up there. It's a cool, just fantastic vibe up there. It just feels really relaxed. But we went up there and caught the Jump Out Boys a couple weeks ago, and I was just knocked out by your drumming. If you're the type of drummer, if you can't play one, it's like Tommy Krabs said, you can't play any of them. You got no business playing any of them if you can't play one. And your style is very tasteful and very much suiting to what this band does. So have you always been into blues music?
Well,
pretty much,
I've
or?
always been into blues, but I really didn't start playing blues until I met John and Bob and the former guitar player
Jim
Carson.
Right.
And then I did a crash course. You know,
and John took you to Blues Military Training Camp School.
Academy. That's it, yeah.
You know, we'll shuffle now.
So what did he do? Just give you like stuff to listen to?
Well,
or?
yeah, he a song list and explicit.
So you
Honestly,
digested this stuff well.
After a couple of fines, he'll flash a fine.
You're doing all the Fred Below kind of
No,
feels.
just
Well,
tell
that's
him.
it.
Just tell him.
That's the man.
Yeah,
Fred
Below.
Oh,
never
God.
heard of him until
Yes.
I started getting into Little Walter, and he has his own kind of shuffle. It's
There
a
are
magical thing.
there are those certain guys that are just with Chicago blues, and one I always go back to with guitar players, and not just guitar players, but just Chicago blues period is Robert Lockwood. That guy taught so many people. Freddie King, Eddie Taylor, Jimmy Rogers, all these people. The song "Blow and Blow" by Muddy Waters is really supposed to be a Robert Lockwood Jr. song that they heard him down in the Mississippi doing while they're doing a tour on the radio and stuff. But
That's one of the coolest things about the blues is that tradition and the handing down
It
of
is.
things through a long period of time.
But it's funny how some of the guys that really schooled all these guys never really got mentioned that much. You Rich and Robert Johnson, anybody knows who that is, or Muddy Waters, but Robert Lockwood Jr., who's he? So, but he played on all this stuff, the Little Walter stuff, and whatnot. So, what were you doing? What kind of stuff were you playing?
I was, I got seduced by the music scene on Tate Street around the early '80s. So
Okay.
it was a lot of that.
Is that in
Greensboro?
Okay.
They had a real thriving scene there, and it was, I guess you'd call it new wave punk.
Oh wow!
I
So
wasn't
you've been playing a lot
I
of
wasn't really a drummer. I mean, I picked it up kind of late. But around town, everybody I knew was playing, and to have any fun at all, you had to learn how to play.
play something.
Play
right.
something. And so I started out just playing as hard and fast and loud as you could.
Really?
So it was a
Fantastic.
It was a matter of time to pull it all back in.
That's
and try
great,
to
man.
finesse
Hey,
it, but,
and that's the beauty of music, man, is not being caged up by anything. Let's do something. Let's do something. Speaking of doing something, let's do something. Let's do it. What do you got?
It's going to feature actually Mr. Hairdo Tom Woods.
Yeah.
We like to do different people, and this is a T-Bone Walker song that he does. He leads, and he can sing on key, which people love.
Woo! Get it, Earl!
Yeah.
Have fun while you can, 'cause fate's an awful thing. Have fun while you can, 'cause fate's an awful thing. Can't tell what might happen, that's why
That's a good time. Who don't like a T-bone shuffle?
T-bone.
What are you all getting for Christmas? What's Santa Claus bring you, Tom?
Socks.
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 Bob.
Socks, a tie, you know.
Earl.
Another
Ties.
Christmas. Another Christmas
Ties.
tie.
Another Christmas
A better
tie.
Christmas tie.
John, what are they going to bring you? What's Santa
I
bring you?
can't talk about it. Can't talk
I
about
know
it.
what Santa Claus is bringing y'all for Christmas.
Oh man.
I know. A contract.
A big time.
So, fellas,
Right line.
I know you don't have an album out right now, but are there any plans to record some stuff?
We talked about it. You know, we talked over. Actually, bought a few hours and put them in the bank over every year. Benji sells time over his Earth Tones
Oh, yeah.
on a
Yeah.
discount. So
Yeah.
we got that booked up. Really, it's always been a question of which songs, you know,
What to do?
and what to do.
Well, if you guys did one, would you do the covers thing, doing the classics, or what you do very well? I mean, that'd be a great album in itself.
Yeah,
would
but
you do?
if I did an album, I'd want to be able to have something original on it.
Yeah,
Sure.
And that's
Sure.
that's important.
sure it is.
Yep.
You
Sure.
know, so I haven't seriously thought about it. It's just been a blast. You play somewhere and people are hearing something they had never heard before,
Right.
and they're hearing people they've never heard of.
Yeah, so talk about that. How does that? How
Oh
does
should
man,
really capture
it's just
this.
crazy.
It's
You go
fantastic.
somewhere and you're like, we went to a place. I won't say the name, but it wasn't too long ago. And I walk in, I'm like, man, there is no, excuse my language, there is no way they're gonna like this shit. They're gonna be.
Oh,
like,
you don't have to worry
"Oh,"
about language on
They're
here.
gonna be like, oh,
You can say anything you want to, John.
fuck that.
You can say fuck that.
So usually,
Chet will wait till Chet comes out here.
so usually when I'm feeling like, oh, they're not gonna like this old stuff, I just tell Tom, I'm like, you know what? Just beat the shit out of the drums. Let's have fun
Yeah,
and fuck it.
yeah,
And those people love it.
yeah.
And when you play juke and you see people in their 20s just dancing and loving it, it's a good feeling, because to me that's the big mission or the goal for me is I've discovered this stuff for myself years ago. Little Walter, Big Walter, Sonny Boy too, especially. I love his style.
Sure.
Those greats that have these distinct styles, and you can play it for somebody and then tell somebody, you know, if you like this stuff, go home, pour yourself a good drink, and then look them up.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be blown away. If
Yeah.
you like what we did, you're just going to be just
Right.
leveled when you hear what they did.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's just, man, it's
Mm-hmm.
a thrill to do
It's
that.
funny you set it up like that because you remember, Bob, the old days when me and Matt Hill used to go around and play this stuff, and it would be like that at times. You know, it would be like me and him and Chuck or something. Chuck
Those
Cotton.
were great shirts. I'm not Matt Walsh, and I'm not Matt Hill. They used to.
Was that
Yeah.
some of the Sheila's jams and stuff? Or?
Well, no,
Yeah.
well, just Matt
Okay.
and Chuck and I played together for a pretty solid year. Chuck's dad was pretty sick, and Chuck couldn't really do any on the road, where he would be away from home very long. He was helping his dad out, and we would go around and play. But there were so many times that you would walk into places like that, and we'd just be like, we kind of conspire before the gig and go, well, let's just go in there and just play our nastiest, baddest shit first, and just slam them down first.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you walk in and do it, and you'd be like, hell yeah, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Those,
And then nobody's paying attention, or they'd look up like,
what? I never heard that before.
it's because a lot of times, it would be hard to sell like old 1950s blues to certain audiences. And then, like you said, John, you go in that place where you think, hey, this will never work or whatever, or it's going to be a lame probably gig. And hey, they're going crazy.
Those are the
Yeah.
people that end
Well,
up
that's the
appreciating
real
it
payoff
the
for
most.
musicians.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And that is, man, I cannot tell you what a thrill that is.
It's great.
That's
It's great.
the best
There-
revenge.
Especially when what's always a thrill to me is when someone says, hey, we were leaving dinner and walked by this place on the way to our car, and we were reeled in by you, and this is fantastic, and they stay all night.
That's a win
It was
right
like a
there.
happy accident for them as much as it was for you. So yeah, fantastic.
Well, I will say what you, Chuck, Mookie, and Tad are doing is just off the charts.
Oh man, well thank you.
Holy cow, man!
Yeah.
That's like
Listen to you guys. For me, that's like going to school. I
Oh,
would
yeah,
go to their
yeah.
gigs. I'd just learn something every time I
It's
I
just-
go.
Oh well, thank you,
it's
fellas.
stupid good.
That's
we
the real
cheated a
deal.
little bit. We sold our souls to Buddy Hardwood.
Oh crap!
Buddy Hardwood, yes, we did.
Buddy.
Buddy. Nadine, have you heard the news? Surely you have. Tell the folks. Or is it too early to tell? I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna spill the beans. Buddy's getting out of jail in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
He's getting out.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame he's not getting out in time for Christmas.
Yeah, big party planned.
I don't know. Hey, listen.
Is he out free and clear, or has he got post release?
No, everything's good. Everything's good. He's done. He's done. He
Okay,
has served
all right.
his time.
You didn't have to check in with
He
anybody.
served his time, and it turns out, I banned him from the show many a times. I banned him, but I'm gonna have him back on. Because Chet, me and Chet, how am I gonna tell Chet? It could mess me and Chet's friendship up, Nadine. I know Chet wants him on the show.
He
And,
brings that je ne sais quoi to
It
the whole
does, it does.
situation.
Yeah.
You know what would be really great to have you sitting there, and Chet there, Buddy here, and just the three of y'all.
Hey, I'm
just
game.
rap
Man.
together,
Where's
man.
Chet, by the way?
Oh, man.
I mean, how do you co-host a Christmas ball
love that.
and just
Yeah.
not show
I
up?
think it's possible. Yeah, I think it is.
Can you
He
go
could
get him
do
out of
it.
the
This guy
RV?
could
Or
do
Well,
it.
let me run down there and
This
see
guy
what
could
he's
do it.
doing. I'll go out there.
Christmas
Yeah.
spirit.
I thought he would have been in by now. It's like 20 minutes.
I mean,
till.
really. I mean, the kids are wanting to see him.
Okay.
I mean, we got little tykes out there that want to see Chet.
Yeah,
Oh,
be
big
well
tech.
relaxed.
Yeah, I'm gonna see
The big tykes.
Chet's my hero. I followed all his fugitive
The
chases.
big tykes do too.
Oh hell yeah!
The big dykes do too. Well, fellas, let's do another tune.
Alrighty. Well, as we like to do, I'm gonna turn my chest pedal as I call it.
Did you call that your chest pedal?
Yeah, I know some people.
As in Chess Records pedal?
Yeah, I like.
That's cool. I like that.
When I
That
play,
like a
when I
chess
play out,
record.
I like to try to get some of that old recording sound
Right,
that they
sure.
got,
Yeah.
Sure.
because I can't play like Tad. If I play like Tad, I'd leave everything at home except the amp. But yeah, it's cool to get it. We're gonna do one from the '50s again. That was I don't think it was written by Lil Walter, but it's considered kind of a biography if you listen to the lyrics of the way his life went.
I know where you're going with this.
And it's called "Too Late Brother."
It really could be. It really could be his biography. I think, you know, to a degree.
4, 1, 2, 3, 2.
Ain't no needing for no further. Ain't no needing for no further, man. You've been paying that photograph. You had better quit that job. Ain't no needing for no further. Ain't no needing for no further. Ain't no needing for no further, man. Well, you thought you was pretty slick, taking everybody's chick. Ain't no needing for no further. Ain't no needing for no further, brother. Ain't no needing for no further, man. You had diamonds and Cadillac cars, touring the world and setting up bars. Ain't no need going any further. Ain't no need for no further. Ain't no need for no further, man. Well, your health is failing and the money is gone. All you can talk is the fun you've had. Ain't no need for any further.
Something like that.
Don't go no further, man.
All right.
Hey,
Woo!
anybody need another Butch Light? Can I get him?
I'll take a water if you're going down there. Chet's on his way in. He said he was going to get his pants on and come straight on in.
Are you
wow.
serious?
Yeah,
He's coming.
he's coming.
All
Be
right.
honored. You're gonna wear pants for us, huh?
He's getting dressed.
Oh.
He's coming.
Oh man.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see him when we see him.
It must be he's serious if he's putting pants on.
But that's another one, man. Lil Walter, he considered the Charlie Parker, just the great innovator of his time.
Yeah.
You can't underestimate his influence on the music of the time and people that have come since then on harmonic anyway.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. The horn sounds and everything.
You know,
Tones and
I heard one time that Count Basie actually covered live a Little Walter song. It was Off the Wall.
yeah, some
Wow.
some big bands did covered
Covered
him.
stuff. Which says a lot, really.
Ray Charles sat in with him on a tour, I think. And do we have time for a real quick story?
I'm gonna tell you what. You
No
tell,
worries,
Listen,
no
you
worries.
tell a quick story, and when you're done with the story, I'm gonna go get Chet.
It might
I'm
not
gonna
be
go
that
get-
long a
I'm
story,
gonna go
but
get Chet. And if you tell a story, and when you're done, play a song for Chet's intro. When
oh
you get
man,
done.
okay.
Tell the story. Go ahead.
All
I'll
right,
be right
so
back.
they used to do the package tours back in the 50s, I guess. And Lil Walter's band was touring with
Bring me a water.
touring with a big band. So the big band's in the. They all getting something to eat before the show, and Lil Walter's band is in there. And I think it was Roy Milton or some big band was over by the jukebox listening to a song, and it goes. And they're all standing around the jukebox trying to figure out who in the world is playing that song, and what kind of horn is that. And they thought nobody would have thought it was a harmonica at the time because that was such a new sound, I think. So they thought it was a horn. And Lil Walter and his guys, there's only 4 of them. And they're like, you're gonna see later on what that is. And they blew them off. They blew them off the stage later on, I think. But the history of the music is just fascinating. So we could do that Billy Boy Arnold song.
All right.
We're going to do another Billy Boy Arnold one. He recorded with Bo Diddley back in the day, but he's been covered by many people. But anyway, this is one that he did called Ain't Got You. Oh man.
Santa Claus is coming to town, baby.
Oh man.
There he
Hey,
is.
baby.
Hey, honey.
Hey, baby.
You look good.
Ready to go get the Christmas tree? I'm ready to go get the Christmas tree. Let's go.
Oh man.
All right, boys. St. Nick's back in town.
All dressed up and nowhere.
Yeah, all dressed up in places. They've got some money, got a band to sign.
Oh man. Mr. Hardwood, this is an honor.
Yeah, well, you know, fucking, this is a Supermeister brand. Right there. Oh man,
I love your work.
Yeah,
Boogie Nights is one of your best.
No, I gotta get my shit right. Oh, listen,
Man.
man, I'll tell you, listen, this is a sharp scan. Hold on,
That is.
hold on, I ain't done yet. Well, y'all, you know I have to upstage Matt. Upstage Matt.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah, baby. Y'all ever seen one of these?
We have now, and it's an honor.
Nah, Earl.
Oh,
Yeah.
smoke.
Earl, I've got you one on order. I've got you one on order. I've got you on order, on back order.
I'm
I'm
jealous.
trying to get you
Thank
one for
you.
Christmas.
I'm
Thank
jealous.
you.
Wow.
Yeah, the mail's a little slow there.
Slow.
Just a little slow.
Mail's running slow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's get cranked out. Let's do it. Let's do it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh.
Christmas, Chet.
To your health, Chet.
Yeah, that's right. All right. The boys. I like what I'm hearing, boys. I like what I'm hearing. Your sons are getting a little out of line.
Uh-oh.
They're getting a little out of line. I had to find them. I
Well,
had to find them.
sometimes a course correction. You just
Well,
gotta
you
make
know,
it,
listen, you can't go around and use my name on YouTube. Around personal videos. We'll talk after the show. Listen, listen, I've been drinking a lot of egg. I drink a lot of eggnog and I learned the campus. We're getting pizza later. How far do y'all want to take it? That's what I want to know.
Man, you're the boss, Mr. Hardwood. You're the
I
boss.
just want to know how far we're going to make this go.
To the limit.
Girl's going all the way.
All the way.
I mean,
All right.
are y'all married? Y'all need whores?
Yeah.
Huh?
Son of my wife is watching.
Listen,
So is his.
all right, listen. Okay, listen. All right, listen. Okay, that means my stable's off the table. All right. Well, listen, I can put you guys on tour, and you go Highway 61 and hit all the joints, all the spots. Get you a tour bus and play beer joints 7 nights a week. 5-hour sets. Are you up for it?
Hell yeah.
I can't really put you in the top roster. And I ain't like Benjamin's boys over here. Benji's boys do a lot of more contemporary. But there's a spot for you guys. And I'm looking for something like this in my roster. But,
Well,
Great drugs.
heavier people
Listen.
call our people.
well, listen, this fucking thing ain't gonna work. Hold on. Yeah, it's working. It's gonna work. That's gonna fucking work. Listen, first of all, I've seen y'all play, but, you know, playing with yourselves is something y'all always do. Playing with Chet. I was raised with this stuff, okay? All right. My daddy.
Burke.
Oh, I'm trying not to vomit.
Let's switch places.
Maybe if I just drink another. Doctor was choking up on something.
I did too. I did too. I misunderstood.
My daddy worked out there in the tobacco field. And there's Burke Hardwood. And every day, I'd get off and buy boy full town. Buy boy full town would come by all the tobacco industries and play his guitar and play this stuff. And my daddy used to play no dang.
Burke.
He played Jew's harp.
Is that right?
Jew's harp. Yeah. Happy Hanukkah. So anyway, I want to know if you can play the real shit. And listen, we're gonna double this up. My hair is really tight right now. I just got my shit turned up for this.
It looks great.
We'll see if you guys can do what's going to be soon going to be a hit. That's my version of Run Around Rudolph. Y'all up for it? That's like a Chuck Berry thing. Let's see. And if y'all guys can do this, take your top. This is hey, have y'all ever seen one of these? It's like a light show. It's like a light show. Are y'all ready? Let's go like this. Run, run, Rudolph. There you go. Judy Alden right there, right? Run, run, Rudolph. Santa got the baby time. Run, run, Rudolph. Santa got the baby time. Santa tell him he can get on his lazy ass hardwood. Survive the Chet. And Nine's over there under the Christmas tree. They get a shit. Roll, bring up. My son, my grandson's in a Mexican cartel. He's over there celebrating Christmas for the Mexican cartel. And Nine don't care. He's looking for some mess and I'm gonna root out. Nine's looking mess and He thought it was Hardwood more than like gold. No. Chet Hardwood. He's a goddamn one big son. See goddamn Kermit the Frog. We're not the Grateful Dead. We're going to have to get it together, guys. If you're going to back me up and think calling it Chet Hardwood and the Hawks. Chet, all right. Chet Hardwood and the Hawks. We think Nite. What's our band name? I'll let him on the sign. I'm going to use him as a backup band. Because the guys are good.
Yeah.
Fucking good, Nite.
Really good.
They're really good.
Really,
So what are we going to be calling?
really
Hey, listen,
good.
we all think about Chet Hardwood and the Teddy Twisters.
Titty twist.
I don't know about that. Chet.
Hell, Nite, you know it'd be good.
I think the harvest, you had something going there.
The Chet Hardwood and the Butt Slappers.
It's not, I don't know, Chet. Listen, in 2021, honey, it's like we talked about. What you find funny, other people find what? What did I tell you?
I'm out. I'm out.
Oh man.
I'm out.
I'm going to keep working on
Plug
it.
my little Christmas tree.
Damn it.
Listen, y'all.
Oh man.
I want to tell y'all. Where y'all going to be?
same thing happened to me, honey, when I got in here.
I don't have COVID.
I didn't either.
Listen, where y'all gonna be playing? Where can I come get drunk and see y'all?
We'll do-
Smash.
we don't have any-
Where y'all smash?
People are starting to schedule again. We typically play Sweet Old Bills. We play Follies. We play Little Brothers. Bistro 150.
Brown truck.
Brown
You
Truck.
know I'm not welcome on the Sweet Old Bells.
You know where.
You know, God.
Old Odin Brew.
Well,
You know, I went up there and, you know, they were like, you know, told me something, told me out in the parking lot. That's number one.
Talking about
Number,
Sweet Old Bills.
yeah,
That takedown you did.
yeah. They were like, number
Ryan
one,
Long.
like, we didn't appreciate you come up here and doing your bounty hunter shit.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you know, I'm up here trying to, you know, do something for, you know, justice and true crime and stuff.
America.
America. And next thing you know, I go in there and sing and upstage Matt. I wasn't trying to upstage him.
But you can't help it.
I wouldn't do that.
You can't
I
help
wouldn't
it.
do that. I wouldn't do that.
You were just born like me.
And, you know, next thing I know, I got a call, and they're like, you can't come here anymore. So I can't come up there anymore.
That's
I'm
hard.
trying to harass their customers.
Jeez.
And so it's still cool. It's cool. I still go up there incognito.
yeah, there you go.
I put my hat on.
There you go.
There you
Thing
go.
like that.
There you go.
Keep it on the down
So,
low.
ow!
Good night. Man's got
I
a
just
break.
want to say everybody Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, baby. You ready to go get this Christmas tree?
Let's do it.
Well, you ain't gonna be see me next time.